Hey everybody, it is 40 degrees this morning here at my humble abode and I'm freezing. And when I say freezing, I mean freezing. It is 40 degrees. I feel like I'm standing in the fridge and that is just condensation from it being cold. It's crazy how it went literally from Hades to icebox in a matter of a couple weeks. We're literally in the middle of September now and heading for the end of September. So that's crazy to me that we're that close. But I kind of wanted to talk to you guys about something today I've been thinking about on and off. And in all seriousness, how many of you all grew up in church where they basically taught that you as a Christian, if you're saved, if you're baptized, blah, 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 that you can't be demonized or you can't have issues with things of the spirit realm that are evil and bad and so on and so forth, that you can't struggle with sin. How many of you guys grew up in that type of church? And how many of you all need the truth? Like, how many of you all need the truth? So, I'm going to use myself as an example because that's the only example that I have that I can truly give, because I know that I went through it, that this was my experience, this is how this went. I grew up a Christian from birth on. I was born into a Christian family. I was raised in a Christian household. We went to church, then we'd stopped going to church, and we were having like church in our house, basically, where we were studying the Bible and so on and so forth. Well, the biggest thing with that is that I've always believed in God. I've always known that He is there, that He is real, that Jesus died for me, to like for His blood to save me from my sins, to wash them away. And thanks for passing me where you're not supposed to pass me. That was smart. God bless you. I'm trying to be better with that, sorry. But going back to what I was saying, like, I never doubted that God wasn't real. I never doubted that Jesus died on the cross many, many years ago, which right now it would have been 2023 years ago. But I had a lot of struggles with depression and anxiety. Started out with anxiety and then it went more into depression, and my life got darker and darker and darker, and a lot of the things that I was doing, a lot of things that I was playing, whether it been music, games, stuff like that, really truly affected me. And I know a lot of people argue that, oh, a video game can't affect your mind and blah blah blah. There are people that get addicted to playing video games. There are people that don't realize that there's a difference between a virtual reality and reality. So I was listening to a lot of dark rock music, like not your cool upbeat rock, but your dark rock, like your Breaking Benjamin, your Five Finger Death Punch, like all those kinds of things. And it truly affected my mood. Like, I would listen to them because I was already in a bad mood, but I feel like it really influenced me, and with a lot of the things that I struggled with during that time. And as I continued to get worse, I was still listening to the same stuff. I was still back and forth. Like, I would still listen here and there to I really liked listening to David Phelps, who is a gospel singer, and I like listened to him in my mood would get so much better, but I would go right back to those depressing, angry songs, and I would get depressed and angry again, and it would trigger long loops of depressive episodes, and I would allow it. I would allow that to happen. And for those of you that are like, well, the music can't do that, so you're going to tell me that if you listen to a sad song, you're not going to become sad or even cry, especially if it's about a death of something that's important to you. Think about that. Now, I'm just going to also put out there that Satan, and also known as Lucifer, was an archangel who was kicked out of heaven for wanting to be God or greater than God, depending on how you look at it. And he was the archangel of music, worshiping. So worshiping God. He wanted to be worshipped like God, and he got kicked out. Satan literally is the angel of music. So why would he not weaponize it against people? Why would he not use it as a weapon to bring people to him, or as I look at it, take people away from God and their God-given purpose? So why wouldn't he use that? Just a food for thought. And I was having a discussion with somebody on Facebook, and I actually am really glad that they commented what they commented on there. And they basically was talking about how they weren't allowed to do fun things because their parents were afraid of the demons and that kind of thing. And while I understand that and understand that feeling, and of not understanding why fun things were being withheld from you, why you weren't allowed to do the things that your friends were doing, or watch the things that your friends were, etc., etc. Now that I am 26 years old in my 26-year-old life so far, that it is very, very, very influential, as not just as a child, even as an adult, but especially as a child, to grow up watching stuff that does not glorify God and does not glorify the good in the world, like to do good and to be good and to stand up against evil. And there are so many kids that are so young and watching R-rated movies, and then there's these incidences where schools are being attacked by the kids that are in them, children attacking and unaliving their parents, their teachers, their grandparents, family members, sisters, brothers, themselves. There's an increase in it. It's not just this wonderful economy we're in, because these kids are only slightly affected by the economy. They're not working and making money. They're just affected by their parents working and making money. That is not why children are unaliving themselves. They're unaliving themselves because their parents have let in a spirit of unaliving. And I can't say the real word on TikTok or they'll take this video down. So anyways, that was my little spiel. And yes, I believe that even as a saved Christian, or a Christian, especially a Christian that believes and so on and so forth, that we can yes, be demonized and taken over by demons and spirits that are of the devil, not of God. So clean your house up. Get your house cleaned up, because I have, and it has changed my life so much, and I wish for yours to be changed as well. God bless you.